Hello everyone, myself Farvahita, Assistant Professor of Computer Science Department from Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. I am here to discuss a few topics in the subject Object Oriented Analysis and Design. So here we are going to discuss about the topic Introduction to OOAD with Object Oriented Basics. The objective of this is to understand about the object oriented basics. So for this, first we should understand what is analysis and what is design. Analysis is do the right thing, that is, we are going to investigate a particular problem and requirements rather than finding a solution. Okay, so analysis means first we are going to investigate the problem, what are the requirements and what to do for the finding the solution of a problem. Okay, so that is called as analysis. And design is do the thing right, that is, we are going to emphasize a conceptual solution, that is, we are going to find a solution, maybe a hardware or a software that fulfills the requirements rather than its implementation. So that is coming in the design phase. Okay, so understand the difference between analysis and design. Analysis means do the right thing and design means do the thing right. Okay, so object oriented basics. So basic of this object oriented concepts is object. Okay, so object is nothing but a real world entity. Okay, so consider a car which is a real world entity. It is identifiable separate from its surroundings. A car has a well defined set of attributes in relation to other objects. So attributes means the data of an object, that is properties of an object. The methods or that is procedures of an object or behavior of an object. The term object means a combination or data and logic that represents some real world entity. Next we are going to see about the properties, that is also called as attributes. Properties represent the state of an object. Okay, so we are considering an object and its properties are referred to as attributes. So in an object oriented methods, we want to refer to the description of these properties rather than how they are represented in a particular programming language. Okay, so objects responds to messages. So the capability of an object is determined by the methods defined for it. To do an operation, a message is sent to an object and objects represents these messages according to the methods defined in its class. For example, when we press on a brake, the pedal of a car, so we send a stop message to the car object. Okay, the car object knows how to respond to the stop object since brake has been designed with specialized parts such as brake pads and drums precisely responding to that message. Yes, so that is called as object. So we know that how when we press a pedal in the car, this car stops. So it is designed in such a manner that when the brake pad is pressed, then it should be stopped. So class hierarchy. So an object oriented system organizes some classes into a subclasses and superclass hierarchy. So this is a diagram for subclass and superclass hierarchy. So first we have a motor vehicle which is the superclass, and we have the subclasses like bus, truck, car. Everything comes under the heading that is motor vehicle, and these are the subclasses. Okay, so in the when we considering about bus, we have types of buses, that is it may be a private omnibus or a government passenger bus, and in the case of truck it may have a mini lorry or heavy truck, etc. And car, we know we have different types of cars, it may be a race car or a family car. Now let us see about inheritance. So inheritance is a property of object oriented systems that allows the objects to be built from other objects. Inheritance also allows explicitly taking advantage of the commonality of the objects when constructing new classes. Inheritance is a relationship between the classes where one class is the parent class of another derived class. Okay, we have a parent class and the other classes which are derived from them are called as derived classes. So the derived classes holds the properties and behavior of the base class in addition to the properties and behavior of the derived class. Okay, derived class encapsulates all the other properties both from the base class and from the that is derived class. Okay, Then dynamic inheritance. When we consider about dynamic inheritance, it allows objects to change and evolve over time. Since base classes provide properties and objects for objects, hanging base classes changes the properties and attributes of a class. Considering multiple inheritances, some object-oriented systems permit a class to inherit its states, attributes and behavior from more than one superclass. The kind or inheritance is referred to as multiple inheritances. For example, utility vehicle which inherits the attributes from the car and truck classes. So, this is a diagram which represents this. So, vehicle may be of different types, that may be a truck, a car or a bus, and in this case truck and car can be identified as utility vehicle. So, these are the questions which could be asked related to this topic. Thank you.